Disney is notoriously known for hiding many secrets around their parks. Today we're going to be taking a look at 8 secrets that Disneyland is keeping from you.
Number 8. Pirates of the Caribbean has been around for many years, and that means lots of changes have happened on the ride. Back in 1967, when the ride opened, there weren't many options for fake skeletons, at least the ones that looked realistic. So Walt did what he had to do, and filled the ride with real human skeletons. I know what you're thinking, gross. Yeah, I'm thinking it too, but in recent years, Disney has actually removed the real skeletons from the ride. That is all but one. To this day, one real human skull exists in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. The skull right above the pirate bed in this ride is in fact a real skull. Well, this section has given me the heebie-jeebies, so let's move on.
Number 7. Next, let's take a trip over to Fantasyland, because number 7 takes place in the Matterhorn. You may not know this, but one of the best places for Imagineers and Disneyland employees to hang out on their breaks is inside the Matterhorn. And you may be asking why? That's because there's a basketball court inside the Matterhorn. For many years this was just speculation, and a lot of people thought it was a myth. But Disney actually released proof that this basketball court does in fact exist. That being said, it's probably not quite the basketball court you're thinking of. That's because it's not a full court with 2 hoops, it's only a half court with 1 hoop. But still, it's really cool to know that this Disney myth has been confirmed by Disney themselves.
Number 6. And now we're heading over to Indiana Jones because the next secret is in that line. As you're walking through the line, you'll come up to the projector that tells the story of the ride. If you look closely right next to the projector, you'll be able to see a picture of Eeyore. This was placed there by Imagineers when the Indiana Jones ride was built. Before the ride existed, Disneyland had a parking lot called the Eeyore parking lot. During construction, however, Disneyland had to remove this lot in order to make space for the ride. To commemorate this, Eeyore was placed in the Indiana Jones queue.
Number 5. Now let's take a trip over to the teacups, because our next secret comes with the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. Have you ever wondered which of those teacups will get you going the fastest? I know I have, and in previous years I actually thought it was the purple cup, but it turns out that the fastest cup on the Mad Tea Party is the orange diamond cup. Purple is the second fastest. Now what about the slowest cups? Well, it turns out that 2 of them are tied for the slowest, and those are the 2 heart cups. Both of those are going to be the slowest out of all the cups. If you're enjoying the video so far, we'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It's completely free and it takes only a couple seconds of your day, and it really would help us as we're trying to start out our channel. Now, back to the video.
Number 4. Next, we're heading over to the storybook ride to take a look at that whale. Did you know that if you are there at the right time, you can see the whale's eyes open and close? Not only that, but if you're there when the time is right, you'll see the whale blow steam out of his blowhole. Make sure to keep an eye out for these next time you're on the ride.
Number 3. Next, let's hop on a boat and take a cruise over to the Jungle Cruise, because that's where our next secret takes place. Did you know at the end of the ride, you can get your hands on an actual Jungle Cruise map? That's right. Once you're off the ride, you can ask one of the crew members to give you one of their maps. This is a very special map that is only given to the first people who ask for it each day. There's only a certain number of these maps every day, so make sure you ask for it as soon as you possibly can. But be warned, the crew member will likely have you do something really silly to get the map. An example would be roaring like a lion or something else that has to do with animals or the Jungle Cruise.
Number 2. Pack up your bags because we are heading over to Alice in Wonderland for this one. Did you know that this ride and another ride share the same building? That's right. Alice in Wonderland is built off of the 2nd story of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. That means that while you're riding Alice in Wonderland, somebody is on Mr. Toad right beneath your feet. Pretty cool, huh?
Number 1. The last secret on our list has to do with the Disney Castle. And it may not be what you think. The Disney Castle actually is not as big or as tall as it looks. I know, this was kind of shocking for me when I learned it. The Disney Castle is in fact real, but what you're seeing isn't quite real. Disney uses 2 techniques known as forced perspective and atmospheric perspective to make the castle look larger than it actually is. The different colors of the paint, especially the light pink, help make the castle look so much larger than it actually is. This makes sense though, given that certain rooms and houses look bigger or smaller depending on the paint color. Disney uses the same technique to trick you into thinking that their castle is way bigger than it actually is. Pretty smart.
And that wraps up our list. If you enjoyed the video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell while you're at it. Thanks for tuning in with At Home Magic.